All right, let's start with the first speaker that we have here. Ms. Cleary, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Good afternoon. Chair Alero, board members, staff. My name is Helen Cleary. I'm the founder and leader of the OSH-Pro. We want to start by saying that we fully support the goal of this rulemaking, modernizing first aid kits, removing the physician requirement. It makes sense. It seems simple. But as we dug into the rulemaking record, and I think as we kind of discussed today, we found this proposal has been a bit over-engineered with a new mandate that is justified by a fundamental misapplication of federal OSHA interpretation. So there's a significant new requirement in this draft that employees must be able to access a first aid kit within 3 to 4 minutes, that ready access requirement. But there is an error in the initial statement of reasons. The board's justification for that 3 to 4 minute benchmark relies on one section of a 2007 federal OSHA letter. But if you read that letter, that 3-minute window is about the location of the work site in relationship to EMS response time and whether or not you have to provide someone who's trained in first aid. It's not about an employee's physical distance from a kit. The letter goes on and says that for office buildings, there may be low risk for serious injuries. 15 minutes may be a reasonable time, but that part of the letter wasn't included in the initial statement of reasons. By conflating these two things, ready access in 3 to 4 minutes, the board has created a new stopwatch standard for every workplace in California. This implies that a 3-minute timer now dictates compliance for every company vehicle, every corner of a low-hazard warehouse, every maintenance worker on a large campus. Federal OSHA never intended for a stopwatch trigger to citation. They were actually asked about location of kits in another letter and about the timing of it, and they wouldn't give a time measurement. So we believe this requirement is unnecessary, and at a minimum, the record needs to be corrected. This leads to the economic analysis, and we're not economists, but looking at those numbers, it just doesn't make sense. The board estimates it will cost less than $10 per employee to comply in the first year and $12 to maintain a kit after that. This is impossible if you're enforcing a 3-minute ready access rule and requiring checks before construction jobs, two requirements that were not individually qualified in the analysis. The new information today about what you talked about, Chair, and I just want to touch on this real quick to get on the record, that the physician-approved kit can't conflict with the list. It was our understanding that you could maintain your current kits, which were physician-approved, they are physician-approved, or you could purchase an off-the-shelf kit, but sounds like today you can't do that. So last night I was looking at a member's first aid kit contents. They don't have the foil blanket in the kit. It is a robust kit, it's from Philips, it has all kinds of things in it, but it doesn't have that foil covering, but it's an office setting. They don't need it. But what we're saying is they're going to have to replace their kit or update it, and none of that was considered in the cost analysis or understood, to be perfectly frank. That member also spent $300 in 1 month replacing items. Yeah, okay. So we're not here to stop it. We want it to work. We want a 15-day notice. We submitted simple changes. Please review our comments. There are more issues in it as well. This should be easy, particularly because first aid kits are pretty much robust already, so we don't think it needs to be this complicated. As you deliberate, I suggest looking at the first aid kit in your offices and see what's in it, how robust they are, and consider, does this need to be a rulemaking that's over $50 million for California? Thank you.
Thank you very much.